questions about this, and one of the things a lot of people struggle with is the iconic euphoric lead that a lot of producers have been using, including me, Atmospheres, and Devin Wild, whatever. And I'll show you guys how I've done that. Better? And so we start with a simple silent, put it in the mixer, and as an example I'll use the melody from Save My Soul. I hope everything is hearable. Right. So I always start from 2 oscillators. So it's a simple low pass filter. I'm gonna turn up the filter drive a bit. Just gonna give that extra bite with distortion. It's already starting to shape up. We'll add some mono legato. And a bit of LFO. A bit, a lot. So it's starting to sound like Save My Soul. We're gonna add a few extra oscillators. Make it a bit fatter. And this one, we're gonna make this one bandpass filter, because this one is that's gonna make the really sharp, go blackish sound. So let's take shape. It's much better. We're gonna make this sound a bit wider by using the chorus that comes with silence. Can't really clearly hear the difference. This is without. And now with. Now we're gonna add some resonance, shape the sound a bit more. Add a small cut-off envelope. And a bit better already. I'm gonna add a pitch envelope. Small one. I'm gonna accent the cut-off envelope here. Get a small tick at the beginning of the sound. Already getting close. And what I've done is I turned down the sustain and just open the decay just a tiny bit. This just takes some time to play around with the drive and the filter settings to get it just right. Sometimes I just switch them up, see what it sounds like. In this case I like it much better if it's just on the first part. this is just the simple sound design of most leads. Normally I would layer this with the Euphoric TI Snow, just to fatten it, to make it a bit bigger. In this case we'll just keep working with silence. So we're gonna call this lead 1. Let's add another silence. I'm gonna add it to the mixer as well. This one's just gonna be really simple, distorted sawtooth. It's really simple. Just let me add it to the different pattern. And instead of a sawtooth here, we're gonna add a noise oscillator. A nice bite, nice edge around it. Of course, again. Let's add the third and fourth oscillator as well. And especially when you're making these kind of leads, it's very important that you never put the filter on 100%. It's gonna sound awful. So I'll keep it on around 50%. I'll do the same here. Small LFO as well. See, maybe we can put it down an octave. Let's put them together. They're both a bit higher. Pretty well. And add a bit more fun to it. Sounds much better already. I'll add the Euphoric TI Snow later on. We'll just do the silent parts first. So I'm gonna name here as well. Lead 1. It's gonna be lead 2. On the background, I always add, probably everybody does that, a few normal saws. And add some drive again. Detuning not fully on 50% with phase. I'll do the same here. So I'll get the chords. I'll put them in. I'll call some chords. So I'll put them in here. One on a channel as well, so I won't blow up our ears. Of course, polyphony. I'm gonna add the rest of the oscillators. We're gonna make full use of silent every time. Beautiful waste, do not use everything. Put them in both again. less than the other leads. We want some kind of envelope. We're going to turn on one oscillator. Clone this one. I'm gonna pen this one 50% to the left, or 50% to the right, so we make optimal use of our stereo. I'll add a layer so I won't have to do everything twice. Turn the volume a bit. Cool. I always add another chord saw, but instead of going down, I'm going to put this one a bit higher. Add this one to the layer. Already. Just gonna layer them a bit. Turn them down. And I'll add some various. Don't worry, I'm recording this stream myself as well, and as soon as the stream's over it will be uploaded to my Twitch channel. So that's no problem. So I've got one standard lead I always use for my Euphoric tracks. Sounds really simple. I'll let you guys hear it in a sec. As you guys can hear, it sounds really simple, but it does the trick. This one as well. I always keep this very simple. Turn this down a bit perhaps. So of course the standard low cut, I always do it around 100, 150, depends on how much low end your sound has. Okay. Extra high. And I'll basically almost do the same thing with this lead. A bit more low end. Okay. You won't be hearing the frequencies higher than 20k, so we can just cut them away. They'll still be taking up space in the mix. I always look at these cells pretty aggressively. Same with this one. And later on in the process, of course, you can always change your EQing settings depending on what your mix needs. So I always, that's a personal preference, I always sidechain these heavily, very smooth so you won't have any clicks. Tiny tad of compression so we can hear the tech and the start of the sound much better. To make up for the lost volume. Very important to define the character of your lead is the volume balance between all the channels. This one is the real main lead, the character of the lead. And this one should be on top. And this one should be slightly less loud. This one even less. Sounding better. Reverb. I always like a lot of reverb, so I always add a lot of decay time, a bit more highs, and a lot of pre-delay. So let's try it out. A bit of compression, just a tiny bit. Press on the wrong channel. So now I've got the basic stuff done. Of course, this lead could use much more layering, but this is actually what I always do when I'm making my leads. So you can just add more layers and layers to make it even fatter. So this is just a really basic basic lead, but the most basic and simple stuff works best most of the time. You can add a bit of compression on this lead as well. Right, so we've got it basically done. Let's add some other stuff that's very important in a heartfelt track. The chord plucky thing, whatever everybody calls it. So we're gonna start off with detuned sawtooth. We will start the same as we did with the chord saws. This one will remain in the cutoff a lot. I always like to add a bit more release on these kind of sounds, so you get a bit of a dead mouse-ish sound. We're gonna do the same here. Detuning, phase, detuning, phase, input select, the same, just a tiny bit of drive on both. Of course, the simple cutoff AB. Let's put it on the channel. What it really is. I always like, for a bit of personal taste, I like to add a pitch envelope. It's a small one. Of course, a bit of chorus. Some chord things. This one. Add an extra layer of notes, makes it a bit fatter. Another one. well. Well, a bit of reverb. Alrighty. Bit of EQing. It could be that my EQing is a bit off because I'm using headphones. Also, you guys will be hearing the same stuff twice because of my microphone. So excuse me for that. So I've got a nice thing going here. Spacing between the notes, so every time the new note starts playing, it's noticeable a bit better. Basic